Hello, and welcome back to Dark Cloud. I'm Chance, also known as Moras. In the last episode, we went down to the sunken ship, and I had a little bit of oh, my friend needs a bit of assistance, so I'm kind of half here, half not. So the previous episodes probably kind of chop up a bit because of that reason. But I'm back, no distractions this time, and yeah, things have been wild. Yesterday, which is when I was recording this, my internet service provider was upgrading the internet. The internet was kind of half out during the day. It was basically every hour, 20 to an hour. It was kind of random. Every 20 minutes to an hour, the internet would just go out, and okay. But it's whatever. And then it would go to it was random, so I didn't know the internet went out, and at the same time I was trying to play World of Warcraft for the Battle for Azeroth pre-patch, and that was having problems. They were having server client problems. They recently merged a bunch of servers together, so it was just a whole thing of, okay, am I getting disconnected because the servers are down, or am I getting disconnected because the internet's out? And then it's oh, I'm finally playing the game, but JK, you're not gonna play the game because your internet provider went out. You know what I mean? It's this thing of, oh, your internet went out, but you don't know that's the reason why you're getting kicked out, and now by the time you fix your internet so that you could finally start playing again, the servers aren't logging you in because it was a problem of one, logging in, and two, the servers. So I think they said the authentication servers were down or not working properly. So some people were able to log in and some people weren't. And it was this thing of, am I gonna get in or not? A lot of people were am I gonna get to play or not? And especially over North American servers, I remember someone did a tweet where it's oh, we didn't actually save the world when we used our artifacts to take out the darkness in Sargeras' sword. So the world just died, and all the servers were down because of that. And that was just something that made me laugh. Because it's well, I guess we're not gonna play WoW today. Also been playing Pokemon Go. They added the friends thing, so you could trade with your friends and do raids with your friends. So you're doing such things, you get bonuses more raid balls to capture legendary Pokemon, and less cost and bonus damage and all that. And the only reason why I stopped playing Pokemon Go, I played it every single day. Every day I would be on and playing because of school. It was kind of a thing of I just between getting to school and the just commute to school was just so long and tedious that I would just on my phone play Pokemon Go, and on the bus. So on the bus, capturing Pokemon every day. And the only reason why I stopped playing was because it would take normally when there was only Gen 1, it would take 1 to 2 minutes to get into the servers. You could it would take maximum 2 to 3 minutes to be able to capture a Pokemon, and 1 to 2 minutes to just be able to use the app, kind of thing. So it was so fast, or okay, I'm in, I could capture this Pokemon that I know that's here because my friend mentioned, oh, there's this Pokemon here, so it's okay, I'll turn on my app to capture the Pokemon. And then it would take roughly 2 minutes to do, 3 minutes max, and then boom, I could capture Pokemon before the bus moves past it or something like that. And it was like it was nice. It was like I caught so much Pokemon in my time playing Pokemon Go that when Gen 2 came out, it started becoming a thing where logging into Pokemon Go would take 5, 6, 7 minutes to log in. So I figured it to being like, oh, the optimization of the new data that they added wasn't good enough. So because of that, they just did not get just didn't get a good launch for Gen 2. So I uninstalled the app, downloaded it again, figured it was like, oh, maybe it's what's it called? Maybe it's a problem with like how like certain things certain apps like Tumblr or Facebook or Twitter or whatever, they have a problem of storing data. So like, let's say you looked at a post about dogs one day, and then the next day you log back into your Facebook or Tumblr profile. You could, if you take the time to scroll through your Facebook/Tumblr feed, I think Facebook actually changed that after a while, but it used to be like that. But you could if you took the time to scroll all the way down, you could go scroll back to that picture of that video or whatever, the post about the dog. Like, you could do that, and then it would still be loaded, and all the data about that post would still be there for you to use to whatever you want. And I think it's called like background data or whatever, and you could or cache, background cache, whatever. And the new update of the iOS for my phone allows you to delete that data. But before the update, you couldn't delete that data. The only way to delete that data was to delete the app, re-download the app, and then that data would be gone. Like, that was the only way to definitively make sure your background cache was gone at the time. And so I figured that's what was the reason why like the app was slow, because with all that data, your apps only have so much space allotted to them. Like, your phone will say, okay, you're only allowed to have this much space for this app, and anything after that will either prevent you from using the app, or it'll slow down the app like significantly. You won't be able to load new posts because there's no space to store the data of those posts and whatever. So I figured out same thing with Pokemon Go. Maybe for some reason the GPS map did that somehow. So I figured I'd delete the app and re-download it. And no, it wasn't that the problem. That was not the problem. I assume now the problem was it was non-client. It wasn't a client-side problem. Like, that's the only like logical explanation I could figure out. It wasn't a client-side problem. And for me, I did not go out to walk and play Pokemon Go often. I would do it occasionally, but because I was in school, majority of the time I played was when I was on the bus, or when I was waiting for the bus to come. So when I kind of figured out that, oh, it's So when I figured it was a server side, I was like, well, I can't play Pokemon Go anymore. Like, I would love to continue playing, but for my enjoyment of the game, I can't. Like, I've like throughout my entire career, I guess you say, like the first year of Pokemon Go, I went out to the city to catch Pokemon a total of like 3 times. And the rest of the time I've caught Pokemon was on my commute to school. And I think, and stuff like Otakuthon and, Comic-Con, like I obviously was playing Pokemon Go during those times, but it wasn't my main focus. It was more of a, okay, well, because, there's a lot of people here and I have the option to catch a Pokemon, I can. But it's not like my focus. I'm not here to catch Pokemon. That ended up becoming a thing, I guess, where I just said, well, I have the app, but I don't use the app, kind of thing. Like, I haven't used the app in X amount of days, simply because I don't have, I just don't have a feasible means to use the app. Triangle. Organized square. So yeah, so it ended up becoming a thing of just, it just took too long to play it. But now they seemingly fixed my problem. It still takes like 4 minutes to get into the game sometimes. But it's not as bad as like before, where it was like sometimes I'd have the app open for like 10 minutes and it still wouldn't log me in, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I won't catch Pokemon. They had new updates where it's like it kind of prevented bus transit captures and stuff like that. Where it's like, oh, you're on the bus, or you're in a car driving? Why are you driving? It's like, I'm not, I'm on the bus. Why can't I catch Pokemon while on the bus? It's like, no, you're not allowed. And that was a thing, where it's like, actually driving. And I think they tried to cut down on people driving playing, and they made it so that like you couldn't like spin the wheel on Pokestops if you're in a moving vehicle and stuff like that. At least it felt like that was the cause. So I ended up being like, well, I mean, it's kind of like they're pushing me out, not like, oh, screw you, we're pushing you out because you play on the bus, but more of a, well, at the moment, they don't want people getting in accidents because a lot of people were playing Pokemon Go while driving, and they just wanted to make sure that it wasn't the case. Did I get the key for that room? Yeah, I did. So, stopped playing, but when I started playing recently, they came up with, not came up with, but they added Gen 3, my favorite generation. I know a lot of people say like, oh no, Gen 2 is the best because they intended to have all the Pokemon in Gen 2 in the original, but they just couldn't do it. But I'm like, nah, I prefer Gen 3. It doesn't look too old. It has, I know, me being the guy who's like looks or everything, but no, it didn't look too bad. It had a lot of cool looking Pokemon that didn't seem to exhaust everybody, and it had a lot of my favorite Pokemons in the series. Like Gen 2 for me, I didn't really have much favorites in Gen 2. It's like I'm not gonna say like, oh, Gen 2 is bad, but it's like I didn't have a lot of favorites in Gen 2. Like when I wanted to make a Pokemon team, with all my favorite Pokemon in it, non-mythical, non-legendary favorite Pokemon in it, from each generation. I was like, I want one from each generation, and then I'll cut one out. Like one generation, if it's just like I have nothing I like in it, cut it out. And it ended up being that like Gen 2 and Gen like 7, I was like, well, I have, or not Gen 7, yeah. I think it was Black and White. Pokemon Gold and Pokemon Black White. I was like, I have nothing I'm interested in that I want on my team. So it ended up being like I got 2 from Gen 1 for that team. So it was kind of like well, I don't want to be a dick, but there's nothing really great going on for me in this instance. Needs more attack. I know I need fish and endurance. Just put on lightning. That's ring up there, so I feel I can get something better. But yeah, so Gen 2, my favorite generation, and getting into the gen is like, hell yeah, this is my time, you know. This is when I want to be playing. And there's been and they upgraded it so that it has like research, so like they give you tasks to do, like make 10 great throws, stuff like that. Like they give you experience for doing a specific type of thing. So before, the only way you could get experience was, I think, from beating gyms, from evolving a Pokemon and capturing Pokemon. So the one thing you would want to do to get a bunch of experience... Oh man, I should have went out. Oh, well, I guess it's a Zao zone anyways, so shouldn't be a big deal. But the only way you could get the only way you would get experience, and the best way to get experience, is you get a lucky egg. You would... What was it? You get your lucky egg, you would capture a bunch of Pidgeys, like a bunch of like low level Pokemon, and you would just make sure you have like, I'd say like 20 Pidgeys and like 50 something candies or 80 something candies, and you would evolve all your Pidgeys into Pidgeots or Pidgeots. The Pidgeotto, the second one? Pidgeot's the last one, I think. So you would evolve them all into Pidgeots, Pidgeottos, and when you're done evolving all your Pidgeys into Pidgeottos, and you run out of candy from doing that, you, like, every time you evolve a Pokemon, you get a candy for it. So every 12 Pidgeys you would evolve, you would get another chance to evolve another Pidgey. And then every transfer you do would also do the same thing. You would get 1 candy per transfer, so you would transfer all your Pidgeots or Pidgeottos, and you would get a candy for that. So once you have another 12 candy from transferring all your Pidgeottos, you would evolve another Pidgey, and you would just do that over and over until you have no more candy and no more Pidgeys to evolve. So it became a thing of you literally just grinding low-level Pokemon with a lucky egg to get experience to level up. And that's all you really could do once you caught majority of the Pokemon. Like, for me, I caught 143 out of 151. I think that was mine. Actually, I could open my phone and check to see how many I caught before I quit. Although I did catch 2 with the new system, so it might be a bit cheating. But yeah, so it was like I caught like 140 something. I was like 7, 8 off from capturing them all. Keep in mind that five of them were myth. No, wait, I was missing. Okay, I'd say it was more. I know I was near 40. It might have been 41. Maybe I was missing 10, and 5 of them are mythical / legendary Pokemon. So the other 5 were an Arbok, I believe. No, I got Golem. I was missing Arbok. I was missing Dragonite. I was missing, who else? It was Arbok, Dragonite. I think I was missing Magmar because I had Electabuzz. I was missing that. And then wait, no, I think I was missing Arbok, I was missing Dragonite, and then I was missing Mr. Mime, Miss Farfetch'd, and Kangaskhan. Yeah, I think that was it. Like, basically I was only 2 away from having a complete dex because I could not capture Kangaskhan, I could not capture Farfetch, and I could not capture Mr. Mime. I think those are the 3 exclusives that I'm missing. I could catch Tauros because that was in North America. So, in the end, I was basically done. I was missing 2 Pokemon, and the only reason why I couldn't get Dragonite or Arbok is just I was not capturing enough Dratinis and Ekans, so I didn't have enough candy to evolve them into the Pokemon that I needed. So, I ended up just being like, well, the only thing to do right now is just grind for experience, and I was level 28, so leveling up took a lot of experience, and so I ended up quitting. Like, a lot of things ended up making me quit, and yeah, with this new system, you have new ways of getting experience. This is where I was getting with all that, but yeah, with the new system, you got new ways to get experience, which is great for me, because now, when I'm playing, I no longer have to grind a shit ton of Pidgeys. I still do. I have a bunch of lucky eggs from various encounters, I guess you could say. Yeah, I should be good on supplies. So yeah, we added new ways to capture Pokemon. So like, let's say you do 5 gym battles, you would unlock the ability to capture a Pokemon. Like wherever you are, you could just say, okay, now I want to capture this Pokemon, and you click on it, and a Pokemon will spawn, like a random one. And so you get your Pokemon that way, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now that I think about it. Got the sheriff. And the deputy. Got a lot of stuff. I don't remember where anybody wants to be, but I think the sheriff wanted to be near the big boss? I think no. I don't remember. I guess we'll talk to him when we get down. And Ruddy wanted to be down in the shoreline because that's where the market is. Fountain is here, I think. This is where the tower is. No, that's not where the fountain goes. Fountain go here? I don't know. I'm just basing this off of. I don't have the people things. But we do have the sheriff. Yep. Hmm. Never seen you here before. Are you from another town? Hmm. You're from Naroon Village. I have a relative living there. Tell you about it some other time. His name Macho? My name is Wilder. I'm the sheriff of Queen. If you need something, ask me. I always citizen. Hello. I see, Miraz. Good to see you. My assistant Sam are at your service. Any requests for rebuilding Queens? Seems like the king is cooking up some mischief. Have to keep an eye on him. Keep that in mind, people. Yeah, so the king wants to be in this lot, and the sheriff wants to be nearby, just in case. What will happen when it's done? Let me see. Once the sheriff's office reopens, help with this adventure. How so? Do you need anything? Oh, I think he's at the bank. Do you need anything for your place? Even though this town appears to be peaceful, crimes occur. I need at least 2 prisoners. Yeah, I think this is the one that has like an organized crime syndicate. That's right. Ayo, Sam. Hi. You don't look like you're from around here. This is good old town this is a good town, so make yourself at home. My name is Sam. I'm Sheriff Wilder's assistant. Good to meet you. Hello. My name is Miraz. If you need anything, just visit the sheriff's office anytime. Any requests for rebuilding Queens? I think it's better to ask the sheriff. What will happen when it's done? Just arrange it to so sheriff can protect the peace, where we can keep an eye on suspicious characters. Okay. Need anything for your place? Please place my patrol bicycle outside. Fruit of Eden. I think one of us needs a Mimic Breaker. Holy Gem. Okay, I think I have everything for the sheriff. No, I don't. I'm missing one jail. Singular jail. Oh wait, can I rebuild town? Oh, I thought it was a place that, I don't know. I thought it was a place where someone lived. Roads. I have everything for the crime syndicate. I don't have the location. Delicious bread. Oh, look at the fountain. Lord. I think yeah, give it to Goro. Never know when there'll be a Goro only floor. Okay, well, I'm getting in the episode right here, so I'd like to thank you all for watching. Stick around for the next episode of Corn Session Thingy, and I shall see you then. Bye bye!